So migrating to Australia can look a bit complicated, but if you're really serious about moving here to live and work, the best option for you is to look at the skilled migration program. Why? Because now a lot of people spend so many months applying for jobs online. They're hoping to get a sponsor from an employer. But the reality is, if you're offshore, your chances are so slim because there is a lot of competition. Employers prefer people who are already in Australia so that they can start working straight away. So yes, a few people do get sponsored, but most of the time it is extremely competitive. That is why I'm recommending the skilled migration pathway for you. This is the best route so far in 2025. And it's a point-tested visa stream. This time, you don't need an employer to back you up. Once you get enough points and you receive an invitation, you just go and apply for your visa. And you can move to Australia with your family and then look for work once you are here. The skilled migration visas have an age limit of 45 years. But it's not as simple as turning 45 tomorrow and you are rushing to submit an application because the process itself takes some time. So anywhere from a year to 2 years, depending on how quickly you get your documents ready and how fast the Home Office processes your application. So if you are 42 or 43, you don't have enough time to wait. Just start the process now, because by the time your visa is granted, you will still need to be under the age of 45. So welcome back to my channel. I'm Obrane as always. Make sure you subscribe, you like and share this video to anyone who's planning to travel abroad. So let's dive in with the process. So first of all, you go to Google search and you enter skilled occupation list Australia. And once you're on the page, you scroll down and you use the search bar to type in your occupation. So let's use plumber as an example. And you will see there are different types of plumbing occupations, each with its own occupation code. So this time we have air conditioning, mechanical services plumber, we have fire protection plumber, we have plumber general, we have roof plumber. So for this tutorial, we'll focus on plumber general. So the occupation code for this has been categorized into two, as you can see. So clicking any of these will just give you a detailed description of what considers this occupation. And you can see there are different kinds of visas for this program. So for example, VISA189, this allows you to live and work anywhere in Australia without needing a sponsor. Talking about VISA190, you need to be nominated by the Australian state to apply for this kind of visa. So that means each of these visa categories has a different purposes and a set of requirements. So we need to take a very good note of this. But today in this video, we are targeting visa 190, 491 and 189. We will take very note of this one. So our next step is we need to do the skills assessment. And this checks if your overseas qualifications and work experiences matches the Australian standard. So to do our skills assessment, so to assess our skills, we go to medium and long-term strategy skill list or the consolidated skill occupation list to see the assessing authority for the occupation that we've chosen. So when it opens, on the skills assessment page, you come to programs, and this time you see different kinds of programs under the skills assessment. We have provisional skills assessment, job ready program, TSS skills assessment program. We have the offshore skills and migration skills assessment and migration points advice too. So since most of us are applying from overseas, we will use the migration skills assessment. So you scroll down and you read on the eligibility. Read on every information you find here. Read on before you apply. And the next point is you go to how to apply. So this time you go through the program, you fill in your details, and you submit your application. So once this is completed, you've covered at least 60% of the application process. I mean, it's a major step down. So if you are targeting visa 189, visa 190 and 491, the next step is your SkillSelect. So you use the SkillSelect to submit your expression of interest, or which basically tells the government you want to move, and also helps to show your points. Why? Because you can't apply for a visa directly without a SkillSelect, because it also helps you to see if you are ready to get an invitation. So for the SkillSelect, you go to Google and search SkillSelect Australia, because you can't apply for a visa directly. First, you need to submit an EOI first. So here how it works: you start your EOI. The next process is you add all your required information, talking about your occupation, your skills, your experience, your English level, and the next point is you submit your EOI. And you should know Australia uses a point system, so the higher your points, the faster you are likely to get an invitation. So once you get invited, you just complete your visa application. So now you move on to the point system. You know, to lodge an EOI, you need a minimum of 65 points, but having a higher score really increases your chance of a faster invitation. And points are awarded based on your age, your work experience, and thereon. When it comes to age, how younger you are will definitely get you more points. And for the work experience, how long, it depends on how long you've worked in your occupation. For the educational qualification, definitely when you have higher degrees, you will definitely get more points. And for English language proficiency too, if you are in band 8, you have 20 points. If you are in band 7 too, you have 10 points and thereon. So you use the point calculator on the official website to check your score, and you should use the point calculator to see how many points you can claim for your age, your work experience, your qualification, and your English skills. I mean, this really helps you to know if you meet the minimum points for your visas, and it also shows if you need to improve anything to get faster invitation. So I'll leave all the link in the description below so that you can do this easily. So after submitting your EOI, your expression of interest, you need to check the invitation round to see if your points that you've gotten are enough. This shows the points people in your job needed to get invited before. It helps you to see if your points are enough, how competitive your occupation is, how long you might wait for an invitation, and basically also helps you to plan and know where to stand. So to know this, you go to previous rounds and you scroll down to your occupation. For example, if you're a plumber general, in the last round, applicants with 65 points were invited. And that means if you meet the minimum points requirement for your occupation, you can be confident that you will definitely receive an invitation. So that's it. The process is straightforward if you follow these steps. 1, you check your occupation on the skilled occupation list. You complete your skills assessment. You submit an EOI through the SkillSelect. Calculate your points and aim to meet or exceed the threshold. And the next thing is you check your invitation round to track your chances. Once you get your invitation, you can apply for the visa and start your journey to Australia. So I'll leave all the links that I've mentioned in the description below. You take your time and go through the step-by-step process that I've shown you, and you have everything you need at your fingertips. You know, this channel always assures you traveling abroad, you don't need a migration agent. If you have a qualification, you can read and write English, you can do this yourself. All you need is to follow the step-by-step guide that I've shown you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the future updates. I'm your Obrane as always, Macau.